What's going on, guys, and welcome back to the channel. Now, I am well aware of the fact that I've been away for over a year, and that's because I had some own issues to deal with, plus I moved out. Can't tell by how this looks. And I've been busy with Fire First Legion stuff. If you don't know what that is, search it on your own. And if you know what it is, it's probably why you're here. Because yeah. Anyways, this is going to be a how to put on the RS Propmasters Stormtrooper costume. Now, there's nothing really else to say other than I did say in, I think it was the Grand Inquisitor video in the comments that I was going to do Cal Kestis next. Unfortunately, the Cal Kestis costume does not fit me anymore. So I have to do some adjustments to the undersuit of it in order to do a review on the actual costume. But yeah, other than that, I think the first thing I'm going to do is change into the undersuit to the Stormtrooper. So I'm going to do that now. Whoop, and a boing! Now I have the undersuit on. It is a two-piece undersuit. So it's not really that hot at the moment, but it'll get hotter as soon as you start putting on the rest. Now, next thing I'll do normally is put on the balaclava, because it's easier to put on the balaclava and then the neck seal, but for the sake of the video I'm not going to put on the balaclava because it's not really that flattering to look at. Whilst I'm explaining how to put on the suit. And this is the neck seal. Now you can put it under here, under your shirt, but I like to have it above, just because it makes it look a bit more detailed. But I know for some people, they like it to have under the actual suit so it doesn't flap around and all that stuff. And that's it when it comes to neck seal. Make sure it sits there properly. And the next piece is going to be the thigh armor. I'm moving the hair. I'm actually taking this on since I last used it, which was around 2 weeks ago from recording this video. Yeah, this is the thigh armor. You'll know the difference between left or right by this kind of ammo thing being the right part and this being the left part. Now I have labeled them from left to right, so it's kind of easier, so I don't have to look. I just know from seeing the inside. And then you have this belt, very simplistic belt, which you'll take from, let's see here, around here. I like to kind of strap this on. I'll explain a bit more when I get this on. Yeah. Boom. Now, as you can see here, it got like the strap with a hole on the inside, so you can get the belt around. That's kind of obvious, but that's usually what you keep the suit on, or how you keep the thigh armor on. Well, inside the strap, boom, and then that. Now tighten it as you will. I've now realized now that I've put this the wrong way. Put it on the wrong way, so I'll just chair it around like this. There we go. Boom. Boom. Make sure everything sits correctly. You know, your pants doesn't fall off. So you show you booty to everyone. Now, how I like to do it is that I move right onto the boots which I have here. Mine's a bit weathered because I've used it, and then I use this thing here, so that, because I can't really bend my knee or my foot that much, as you can see here, I can only bend it this much without looking stupid. And one piece there, then the other foot. Just makes the whole putting on shoes and the under part easier. And the next are the leg armor. Again, notice the difference between left and right. Like this being the left part, put this thing on top, and this not having that. Left, right. Now, for the sake of the video, I'm gonna turn around here and put on the right to show you. As you can see here, got these straps. And what you'll do is just stretch this. Don't stretch it too much because you don't want to crack the actual thing. But it's gonna tolerate that, usually. And as you can see here, the strap, hook it on. One. And two. And three. Boom. And there you go. Leg armor on. The same with the left piece. You can see mine is a bit weathered. I'm gonna clean this up after this video. I have to do it to make it look good. But same principle. Normally what I like to do is put this on, turn it around so I can see all the straps and hooks without turning my entire body around. Kind of makes the whole putting on armor situation a bit easier. And boom, and there you go. So that's how we put it on. With these two parts. And this is what it looks like. Doesn't look that cool at the moment because I have this, so doesn't really look that cool at the moment or yet. Now the next piece is the entire back and front piece, including cod piece. And I'm gonna put this on like that, making sure things looks right. And then you have this kind of button thing that is supposed to connect this, like get to it. Now, excuse me for not saying pronunciation all that correctly. Kind of difficult with everything. And then you also have this piece right here that goes in under the shoulder part of this, right here, right under here. You can see it when you take it on. Now I've realized now that mine has fallen off of this, and that's not really what you want or like to see. So, as you can see, this thing here, focus, that piece is supposed to sit on this, which it didn't. I think it'll sit now, for now. We'll have to fix that. That can happen. What I've done is just glue it on for now until I get better equipment. Then you have this lovely piece here, which goes under the crotch, your crotch, and cod piece to the top piece. I'm gonna stretch around here. Now there's 2 buttons. I can put it on the butt piece. I like to do the one that is furthest away. I mean the closest to your back. There's 2 ones, just because it sits a bit more tight. Then you have the belt. Well, the belt has 2 buttons here, so it sits on. Normally you don't have to take it off, you just have to push the buttons on, these buttons into the other buttons, blah blah blah, you know, buttons. And then it just sits there and can stay there forever, because this piece is just flexible, so you can have that and it doesn't take that much space. So there's no point in taking this off after every single troop or party, whatever you're gonna do with this costume. I'd say do file first stuff, because it's such an expensive costume. Just leave it on there. There's no point in taking it off. And the belt, as you can see, it's Velcro here and here. So we have to turn around here. Tighten this. Now I like to tighten this thing, or like other people to tighten it for me. Because you can get it a lot more. So it sits a lot more than if you do it alone. Now, I don't know how well that looks, but it'll do for now. So you always troop with people. That's why I like to have people to tighten this belt for me, so it sits correctly and it's tightened correctly, so it doesn't accidentally fall off whilst trooping. And then you have the thermal detonator, which is going onto your belt with these 2 things I can tighten like this, loosen and tighten. Then take it on the belt, on the back side of the belt, then tighten it like that. It's just going to sit there. Make sure that it sits like this, like I think it's supposed to sit like this, and not so that it's not all over the place. You know, if you understand what I just said, my words aren't that best in describing. So I think this is nice. Now make sure it doesn't like the belt isn't bent all over the place. So one piece is like over here, and then the rest piece is like that. Make sure it sits perfectly, or you won't look that cool and accurate. Make sure it's as accurate as you can get with the rest. And then we have these, the entire shoulder piece, bicep piece and forearm piece, which is all connected in one with these lovely strips here. Now I've tightened this. You can see here it's not that short. Normally this thing is like twice as long, so it's easier to put on when you're alone. I'll see how well I manage to put it on by myself, but this part is usually extremely annoying doing it alone. Like it can take, for me, first time I did it, took me about 10-20 minutes just to take these pieces on by myself. And that's why you troop with people, because they will help you. So you need to get around, and then you have one piece there, and then it's really annoying. Then I'll explain a bit difference between the left and right piece. The left piece has this dent inside it. That's how you know it's a left piece. And the right one doesn't have a dent. So that's the easiest way of knowing which is which. So we'll start off with the white piece. Now these have buttons underneath here, like these. I don't know if it's visible. There's a button right here with the other button, and the same goes with this kind of strip. And then you gotta take this button here. You can get to it. Tight. And you heard that click. I mean, could have heard that. And boom, it sits. Now I've tightened them just because it's more tightened, closer to the actual shoulder piece. So it looks a bit more accurate. You don't have to do that, of course, but I did it just because I liked how it looked. And then the next. Now the issue with tightening those buttons is that if you do this alone, the buttons tend to snap off when you snap on the other button. Oh. And as you can see, I did manage to do it. First try, that's impressive, just for me to do that alone. And tighten this a bit more up. And almost done. Lovely. As you can see here, this one isn't as tight as that one. This one here isn't as tight as this one. But that doesn't really matter that much. I think it looks better than before. I'll put a photo here of how it looked before I tightened it. And then there comes the nice, lovely gloves. These are rubber gloves. You can see here. Or as I like to call them, dishwashing gloves. Because when I was younger, we used to use these when washing dishes. And it has this latex kind of piece here. Normally bend it out, I think cracking a bit. For more accuracy, well, if you want like the clean look of it without having this kind of rubbery look, we have these nice pieces here. Although you like the accuracy, that's what I like. And I'll put on the left glove on first. Now usually I have some other gloves underneath these so that it kind of feels a bit better, and so that the sweat from my hands doesn't stick into the insides of these rubber gloves and sticks into the other glove that can wash a lot better. Lovely, that's one glove. Now usually when you do this, I've modified my helmet a bit. As you can see inside here, there are fans and a power bank for the fans. And usually there are two strips here to make sure the helmet sits on and doesn't fall off. What I've realized, or another Stormy realized, or did eventually, was take off those two, because the helmet won't fall off. It can't fall off because of the fact that you have to put it on sideways in order for it to fit. So this piece here will stop around this area. So there's no point in having them. There's no point. There's just extra work, and it's not that comfortable to have those on either. Now, as you can see here, these usually are supposed to go around up these, but mine keeps falling off. So if there are any Stormies there that has a solution for that, please let me know. I haven't found them because every time I take it off I have to put it back on again. So I'm not going to do that for now. For this, but yeah, usually I keep one. If you're going to have those straps on, have one glove on, take it on, take on the helmet, put it on the straps, whilst you have this other hand available, so that you don't look stupid or it doesn't take as much effort. Then the other glove, like how I do it. Well, then if you have fans, you put on the fan before you put on the glove, so it's easier. But I'm not going to do that just for this. And boom! Now you are officially a Stormtrooper. Isn't that lovely? Now, when you first put it on, you'll then realize that the lenses are green. So everything that you see on the outside of the world is green. Isn't that lovely? But it's something that you'll get used to, as always. But yeah, this is how to put on the RS Propmasters Stormtrooper armor. Take a spin. And I'll see you guys in the next video.